Welcome to Tales of Marketing Transformation, laying firm foundations for your marketing journey. Tune out all the black magic and imagine a time where marketing has transformed into something human. Where marketing is about building relationships with people you serve. Where marketing is about helping people. That time is now. This is Tales of Marketing Transformation. And here's your host, internationally recognized marketer, speaker, and podcaster, Dr. Jürgen Strauss.
Hi, it's Jürgen, and it's time to continue our quest to make marketing human again. Thanks for spending your time and attention with me right now. I really appreciate it. In the last episode, I spoke about the 5 success principles of human marketing. These 5 principles can be applied to anything, really, as my story of my Ballarat Cycle Classic ride demonstrates. In business, and in particular in human marketing, these 5 principles form a powerful framework to guide your strategy and your tactics as you make your marketing more human-centered. Speaking of making marketing more human-centered, I did have some feedback on my early episodes, and basically the feedback was from Jamie, thanks Jamie for being honest, that it sucked a bit. So I've revamped the episode structure a little bit, I've revamped the story structure, and I hope that this is going to be a little bit more interesting. That's why I've taken a bit of a pause as well in thinking through and planning for how to make this podcast better. So I'm jumping back in now, and of course, I will continue to improve as we go forward. So making marketing more human-centered. And 5 success principles of human marketing. As I say, these principles form a powerful framework to guide your strategy and your tactics as you make marketing more human-centered. Here's the thing though, most business marketing sucks, just like my early episode, because they're just putting their message out into the world at large in a very generic way, and that message gets lost in all the noise. It's not focused on the right audience. It's not focused on who they're serving, their ideal client. It's just more noise. So, how can you make your marketing stand out from the noise? Today's episode is brought to you by my business, InnovaBiz. We help coaches and consultants build professional credibility, engage their audience, and connect with their ideal clients. The result is that their ideal clients virtually self-select and line up to work with them. To help you get clarity about who your ideal client is and how you can build a strong, enduring relationship with them, take a look at our Marketing Master mini class. It's just 2 modules and it'll take you less than 30 minutes to work through. It will give you clarity on your ideal client and how you can communicate with them to build and strengthen an engaging and enduring relationship. You can even use this exercise to define your ideal audience for a podcast, a speech, or a presentation. Access the Marketing Master mini class at innovabiz.co/marketingmaster. It's completely free and accessible without even giving away your email. So how can you make your marketing stand out from the noise? Marketing is fundamentally communicating the right message to the right audience at the right time, in the right place, and then providing valuable information that transforms that audience. To do that well, you need to have a laser-like focus on the right audience.
This is Tales of Marketing Transformation.
I was reminded of the power of focus recently on one of my morning bike rides. As my group were riding down a hill in the countryside, I caught a glimpse of something off to the right. To my utter amazement and awe, I saw this majestic wedge-tailed eagle dive right down into the grass beside the road ahead of us. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with this bird, a fully grown male wedge-tailed eagle has a wingspan of nearly 4 metres. That's right, in imperial terms, that's well over 3 feet. That is one seriously large bird. These guys are really efficient predators. In fact, they'll take lambs or calves right out of a flock. They're the bane of farmers here in Australia. Now, luckily, they're protected because, in my view, they're a magnificent bird and they are part of our ecological environment. Shortly after this bird landed in the grass just ahead of us, it was followed by a second eagle, probably its mate, I was guessing. Moments later, we passed right beside the patch of grass where those eagles had landed. And at that very moment, the first eagle took off right next to us. Imagine that. Now, at first it struggled to get lift. Imagine it's flapping that massive 4-metre wingspan and it's just a few centimetres off the ground. So those wings are belting on the ground and it's not getting lift. It seemed to hover there for ages, not able to fully flap those mighty wings. As it slowly gained more lift, though, we noticed that it had a freshly killed, bloodied rabbit held tightly in its talons, and it seemed to hover there right beside us for ages as it adjusted its grip. It was obviously surprised by us passing there, and so it hadn't fully gotten a hold of this rabbit, and as it hovered there, it was adjusting its grip to make sure that it kept a hold of its prize. Then, slowly, it lifted off into the sky, followed by his mate. Once they got some lift, they glided ever so effortlessly into the distant sky above us, taking their prize with them. This was a really memorable experience for me, to see these magnificent birds so close up, almost beside us, and see them hunting their prey with such focus and determination. Can you imagine bringing that level of laser-sharp focus and determination into your marketing? What prize could you capture? So my challenge to you today is to develop that focus and begin to get really clear about your ideal client. Who are they? What are their wants and needs? What are their aspirations? With that clear picture of your ideal client, you'll be able to focus on them in a way that you can connect and engage with them and build relationships with the right people, the people who you can serve, the people who need to experience your unique gifts and expertise. Now, getting really clear about your ideal client begins, for me, with an exercise that I call Clone Your Favourite Client. What we do here is give our new favourite client a name and select a photo of them. That's a photo that's going to be our visual trigger for everything that we do for our new ideal client. Now, one of my ideal clients is Coach Sam, and if you go to the show notes for this episode, you'll see a photo of Coach Sam. Sam is an enthusiastic and motivated business coach. She's in her mid-40s. She's passionate about helping small business grow. She's got a team of 15 people, including those taking care of her services, and that includes me as her marketing and podcasting consultant. She has big dreams and is passionate about changing the world with both her knowledge and her service. She's got a very servant-focused heart and likes to work with businesses that have the same values. She's bright, intelligent, well-educated, positive, hardworking, and a very quick thinker. She has plans to grow her business into a multi-location operation, turning over $10 million plus every year. She needs the structure and systems to get there. Her biggest challenge is time to work on marketing and marketing systems, which is where I come in. She is a big picture thinker. As I said, she often struggles with delving into detail. And she spends a lot of time online following and modelling from other international coaches and entrepreneurs. So to begin your ideal client exercise, start by finding a photograph that represents your ideal client, and then write a general description, like I did for Coach Sam. And that general description can be based on one of your existing clients, the client who is your favourite client. And it could be a combination of 2 or 3 or more favourite clients. This is going to give you the beginnings of a valuable tool to build that eagle-like focus on your ideal client. Now, after you've completed this part of the ideal client exercise, then answer these questions about her. What are her ambitions? What are her goals? What does she truly want to achieve, and how will she know when she has that? What does she need help with? What problems does she encounter? What does she value? What's important to her? What are some of her most dearly held beliefs? Who influences her? Who inspires her? And who are her mentors? What does she fear? What are her biggest frustrations? What's really important to her? And she may not actually say this in public. What's her communication style? And here's a big one. Who is her ideal client? Now, if you go to the show notes for this episode, you'll get a full list of questions you can ask that give you a much clearer picture of your ideal client. Christina Nicholson of the Media Maven, who was a guest on a recent episode of the InnovaBuzz podcast, said to me about the ideal client, "You are your own ideal client," which I thought was actually brilliant. And the idea behind that is that because you've developed expertise in some area, and if I think of myself, that's in marketing and podcasting, and in developing that expertise, I now do marketing on my own business and do podcasting for my own business, and I think we do it quite well here at InnovaBiz. And of course, we've matched that service to meet our needs in those areas and our wants. So, in that sense, indeed, I am my own ideal client. And of course, who knows me better than myself, as long as I have good self-awareness. So, another good way to build that understanding of your ideal client is to look at this exercise from the perspective of you being your ideal client.
This is Tales of Marketing Transformation.
So I encourage you to go through this exercise, go through selecting an image, build a profile of an ideal client, clone your favourite client, clone yourself as an ideal client, and with that much better understanding of who your ideal client is, you'll be able to see her from afar with eagle-eye precision. Imagine the prize you could capture with that newfound eagle-like focus and determination. Next week, we're going to take this exercise one step further by developing what's called an empathy map for your ideal client. If you head on over to the show notes for today's episode at talesofmarketingtransformation.com, you can access a more detailed worksheet with questions about your ideal client that you can complete for yourself to get a really clear understanding of who your ideal client is. So head on over to the episode show notes and get your copy. Help share Tales of Marketing Transformation with others by reviewing the podcast at talesofmarketingtransformation.com and join the conversation in the Facebook group. Remember to check out our Marketing Master mini class at innovabiz.co/marketing master. It's completely free and accessible without even giving away your email. In less than 30 minutes, you'll gain clarity about your ideal client and how you can communicate with them to build and strengthen an engaging and enduring relationship. And if you've already completed the Marketing Master mini class, then check out all the other exceptionally useful information you'll find there to help you transform your marketing. And if you'd like our help to go even deeper into making marketing more human or help with podcast production, then send me an email to jurgen@innovabiz.co and we'll set up a quick call to see if we are a good fit for one another. I look forward to chatting with you. I'm Jurgen Strauss from InnovaBiz. Tune in again next week when I'll talk about using an empathy map to get an even deeper understanding of your ideal client. Stay awesome and let's make marketing human again.
Thanks for coming on this journey with Tales of Marketing Transformation. Join us next week for another fabulous episode. For episode resources, visit www.talesofmarketingtransformation.com. Stay connected by subscribing at talesofmarketingtransformation.com/subscribe.